You need a period of loneliness in your life because in loneliness you're actually going to learn who you truly are and you're going to understand who you truly are. Because when you're with other people, as I said in my previous video, you're just implementing their life habits. You become the product of your environment. But when you're alone, there's no environment to look upon. There's no environment to be in. There's nobody. There's only you. So you're just becoming your own environment, and you're going to understand yourself better. You're going to learn who you truly are. You're going to understand yourself. You're going to understand what you truly like to do, what you don't like to do. What's your character? Who are you? When there's nobody to help you, you're going to understand if you're truly strong or if you're just trying to be strong. And I feel like everybody should have this period in life at some point. I don't know, maybe a year, maybe a two. I had it for like 4 years, I would say. And 4 years may be a little too much, but at least 1 year, this is when you're going to truly learn who are you. You're going to truly understand your habits. You're going to truly understand what you like in this life. If not, if you're just going to be with friends all the time, if you're going to go out every time, you're basically going to spend all your life on friends and never even on yourself. You're giving them your time, you're giving them your energy, you're giving them your basically life, your precious time to your friends. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but imagine what you could have achieved if you didn't waste time on your friends. I mean, not waste time on your friends, if you didn't waste time going out with your friends and spending time ineffectively. Imagine how much you could have learned about yourself and who you truly are if you just were alone by yourself. And I can tell you my story, how it went for me. For me, it was even harder because I was forced. I was forced to be alone. I was forced to be completely muted, if I would say, completely muted from the world and from the society, if I might say it that way, if I might put it that way. So how did it happen? When I was 14, I just turned, so it was in August. I just turned 14, and I moved to another country. And there, in another country, I had my family were gone. That's already at 14. I just turned it 14. That's already a big leap. And my friends were gone. My close friends were gone. My relatives were gone. My basically home were gone. Everything was taken from me. Everything that I knew, everything that I had was taken from me. And so I come to this new country. I don't know the laws, I don't know the traditions, I don't know the language, I don't know how people are, I don't know the society, I don't know where should I go, I don't know how should I do it. So I don't know nothing. It's like I was put, they like life took me from The point when I had everything, he just took me, placed me somewhere where I had nothing, like at all. Um, I had nothing at all. I couldn't even speak. Imagine when you can't even speak, you can't even express yourself. You're just muted, and it really fucks up your subconscious mind. Remember that when somebody tries to tell you something, you can't even speak. And I was forced, but not forced, I was, let's say, forced to go to school. And imagine when I started going to school, I was put in the classroom where they only speak the language that I didn't know at all. So I had to go to the school that I didn't know the language, and I was just sitting there, not understanding a word, maybe a couple of them, maybe I could understand 3 words in one day, so similar to the languages I knew before that. And for the whole year, I was sitting there. So I started school maybe somewhere in October, I'd say. And when you sit there, it's like, oh, I had no, actually, I had in my classroom, I didn't have nobody from, I had nobody who could speak the languages I could speak, like, my native languages. So I didn't have any of those people. So I was completely alone in that situation. And I truly, there was a time when I got my, no, let's skip about that. But imagine when you sit alone, when you come home, you can't speak at home, you cannot say a word. School, home, anywhere. It was it's like you walk on the street, you can't even speak, and I just turned 14, as I said, when I was there. And it was really brutal at that time. Because everything will happen. I've lost family, friends, home, and I didn't even know how to. I was just muted, I was alone. I didn't even know how to speak the language. I was forced to go to schools that I didn't know the language of. And I was really shattered for like the next 2 years, I would say. But the first year was, I actually, somehow, I enjoyed it. I went to the school, so I'm not living there anymore. The place I first came to this country. But when I went there, it was maybe a couple of months ago. I really enjoyed being there somehow. All the hardship that I had there, somehow I truly, truly enjoyed being there. But yes, and from that period, right now I know the language, I can speak it, but still there's some part of me that need to be changed. That need to be, I need to still have some hard work made upon it. And there's a time when I couldn't speak, when I couldn't talk. I really started to understand and improve myself on a level on the level that I couldn't even believe that I could improve myself on. And there was a time when I actually got my worst habits. I got my worst part of life together. So with all that, I was just the whole day basically in my room, and what you could do when I became so lazy, I would rather not get into it because I don't really remember that. And yeah, but it taught me a lot of lessons, and I'm still learning, and I'm glad that I had this experience. But still, there's I feel like I'm not fully healed from that. I still need to put some great work to heal myself from that situation, and I'll do it no matter what. So that's a video I wanted to make, and it's definitely not the whole story. Maybe I'm going to make the whole story later about how it went and how it was. So I would appreciate that you listened, if somebody did really listen. And yeah, I hope that you get through all of your hard situations and become truly strong. Because when you feel bad, you really want to feel greater and you actually going to start doing something. That's what I've done, and that's what everybody going to do who was in this situation. So I appreciate each every one of you, and maybe I'm going to make a video on my story later or wherever. But yeah, thank you for the watching, and I'm gonna catch you in the next video.